Hey YouTube, this is Bill and Lisa here. Just want to share a video with you guys. This is one of my favorite places to visit in the Caribbean. So I hope you enjoy the video. So as soon as you get off the ship, you'll have the welcome to Ocean Cay Pavilion. Now as you can see with the palm trees and the rain suits, it was pretty wet and rainy that day. We still had a great time and enjoyed it, even though it was rainy. And I'm glad we got to see it this way, because you'll see later on here in the videos where the waves are crashing up on the rocks, and just the sound and everything's pretty awesome. If you happen to get turned around and don't know where you're at, they've got different color bathrooms located all over the place, so you could easily tell somebody, hey, I'm located at the yellow bathroom. Or if you don't know the names of the area, here in just a few, you'll see a map of the area of a lot of the different beach names and locations of where everything's located at. This right here is Springer's Bar. There's several different bars located all over the island, and they're actually building another one. Those buildings are pretty new, and that's where the staff stays, and they're building more buildings for them to stay in. And that's just a quick map of the area and some different color shrubs and flowers and bushes located in the front area when you walk in. This is actually a banana tree. It's MSC Marine Reserve private island located in the Bahamas, not too far from Miami. This is Lighthouse Bay we're approaching here, and they've got all of these food trucks, if you will, or food, or burgers and fries and hot dogs and pasta salad and brownies are all free and complimentary at the food trucks, you know, just like you were on the ship. They've also got a free tram system to get you to different beaches and attractions. So if you walk to one of these little pavilions here, you can sit and wait for the tram to pick you up or drop you off to take you to different areas on the island. And this is one of the new bar locations under construction. And as you can see, they've got a picture of the MSC World America ship that first cruise should be this April. Yeah, you can see out towards the lighthouse how rough the waves are that day. We were actually on the MSC Divina for our cruise. Now we're approaching Sunset Beach, headed towards the wedding pavilion, and where all the waves crash up against the rocks. This area is a little more secluded. Not as many people. There is one area where they've got a lot of different rock formations that you'll see coming up here in the video, and also the helicopter pad. You can ask any of the staff around for a ripe coconut from the palm trees, and they'll get them down for you, and you can help yourself to them right there. That's one thing that we thought was pretty neat. And there's a lot of coconuts all over the island. If you're antisocial and don't like a big crowd, like I was saying, Sunset Beach towards the wedding pavilion is one of the best places to hang out. And also they've got a lot of iguanas that hang out in that area as well, near the helicopter pad and the wedding pavilion. You can see in the background the waves crashing up on the rocks. Now we're approaching the area where people will stack rocks, and the wind won't blow them over. But if you were to go up to them and push them with your finger, then they would fall over, but they don't fall over when the wind blows, which is pretty neat. A lot of people will stack the rocks and then come back a few months later and they'll still be standing, as long as someone else doesn't knock them over. They purchased this island in 2015, and some of the areas, I didn't actually capture it on the camera, but there's a lot of vegetation that they've tried to keep there on the island. And they've got, like I was saying, iguanas and 44 different kinds of birds living there on the island. All the birds here on the island are seasonal. Now we're starting to approach the helicopter pad here. And just out of our view, which we'll see here in a minute, are the different rocks that they have to protect the island and where the iguanas are located. Sometimes they'll have 10-foot waves And those rocks are there to help protect the island. That'll kind of reduce the size of those waves by hitting the rocks and not damage the beach. This helicopter pad is for emergencies only, so if you were to get injured, they do have a doctor on the island, but if it's something that he can't handle, if it's a serious nature, then they can call in a helicopter. Miami is to the west about 65 miles, roughly a 20 to 25 minute ride by helicopter. There's an iguana right in the middle of the screen. You can barely see him, but he's there. And we've got the spa here, the Ocean Cay Spa. It's located near the Paradise Sands and Sunset Beach if you're out in that area. And the chairs are first come, first serve. You can rent the umbrellas though on the ship before you get off. This is the end of the man-made part of the island. The original, it's 25% of the original island still remains, 75% being man-made. Also something we didn't realize, that you could actually do excursions on Ocean Cay. Matter of fact, we actually got 2 free excursions on Ocean Cay. One of them was the tram tour, where they take you around the island on one of their little trams and kind of give you some background and history of the island, which is pretty cool. And then we also got a lighthouse tour where we got to go up to the top of the lighthouse. Even though it was really windy, our tour guide was a little scared and kind of rushed us through it, but at least we got to check it out, and it's pretty cool. And also they kind of give you a little history. Another thing too about the lighthouse, when we were here on this cruise, only part of it, a small part of it, would light up, so they didn't do a light show because it got hit by lightning. We did get to see it later on another cruise, which is pretty cool. And this is the other lagoon I was talking about. Also rent the sea kayaks, the scenic boat trips, deep sea fishing, inflatable raft tours, glass bottom boats, stand-up paddleboarding. So they've got all different kinds of things you can rent. Package, you have to just disconnect from the ship's Wi-Fi and reconnect to Ocean Cay's Wi-Fi. There are actually a handful of shops and souvenir shops and places there when you first get off the ship, close to the welcome pavilion. And then they also have the Seekers Food Court. It's just like on the ship, everything's complimentary. Also, like on the ship, at the bars, your drink packages will transfer over and can be used at the bars. You'll see a lot of shells and rocks all over the island. They tried to keep it as natural as possible, so it's not fine sandy beaches everywhere. They tried to keep a lot of it natural, so that's why you see a lot of rocks and shells and different things. The Ocean Cay oversized chair, one of the founders was on visiting a different island in the Caribbean. I'm sure you've seen them in other places. Thought it was a neat idea and wanted to have one here on Ocean Cay, so he built one and put it there. So another photo opportunity. Lighthouse also does have a bar of its own too. Like I said, they're scattered all over the island. Thanks for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, just let us know.